welcome to the channel. MattCam89 here, and we have another video game mystery unboxing for you. This time brought to you by the fine folks at Loved Again Media, a service that I have been enjoying quite a bit. However, there are a couple of caveats for this service that I do like to make known. One, they do not keep track of the games that you currently own. Two, they do not keep track of the games that they send you. So there is a very good chance that you could possibly get dupes. I recommend this service for anybody who has a small collection, not a very big collection, and for people that are not necessarily looking for cartridge-based systems only, because 99% of what I get is all disc-based systems. There is an option that they can send you cartridge-based, but you don't get to choose what system it's for, mainly just disc-based. So with that in mind, let's get right into it. And what do you know? The first game that we are pulling out is coming out in a CD paper sleeve here. And it is actually for a cartridge-based system. It looks like a Nintendo DS game. And it is an EA title called Skate It. I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera there. I am pretty familiar with the console version, but not really familiar at all with the DS. I owned the DS back in the day, but didn't really have a lot for it. So there are a ton of games for that system, so there is a bunch that I'm not familiar with. Obviously, it's a skateboarding video game akin to your Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. I hear lots of good things about the console version, but I haven't played either or to let you know whether this is a good game, not a good game, or whether this particular version is a good game or not. But yeah, obviously something I do not have in the collection. Now, the next game is a PS3 title, which if you've been watching this channel long enough, you know that is my favorite console. It is a very good game. However, it is a game that I do own. This particular version is in really kind of cruddy condition. And it is Tom Clancy's EndWar. This is actually a really cool, kind of unique game in the sense that it's, in a way, a real-time strategy game. It looks like this game itself has suffered some water damage. The disc itself is okay. It looks like that would play. But you can tell that this has kind of been through the ringer. It got wet at some point, and the water has obviously destroyed the case and the artwork here. Like I said, it's a fun game. It's unique in the sense that it's kind of an RTS, which during this era, a lot more RTSs started coming out for the Xbox 360 in particular. Not as many for the PS3, but this game did make its way on there. This one did use voice commands, so if you had a headset, you could control your troops, tell them to capture points A, points B, and there's not a lot of games that are kind of like this. This is a very unique. This is the only game that I'm familiar that they made. As far as the EndWar series goes, I know there is a couple of maybe handheld titles. I think for the PSP, maybe for the DS, they made one as well, but they do play quite differently. And they didn't make anything after this, which is a shame because I did enjoy this game. It's actually a game I've been meaning to go back and play, but this is one that I do own. I'm not sure that I would keep this in the collection, and honestly, it's probably not worth too much in the condition that this particular one is. Good game, already have it, and it's in bad condition, so we'll see. All right, the next game is also a PlayStation 3 title. Again, same boat. It's a very good game. It is missing the manual, and it is MotorStorm for the PlayStation 3. This is an awesome racing game. Why Sony has not revisited this series is beyond me. They've made a lot of questionable decisions in this era of gaming. Little dusty, but not too bad. Is not complete in box. It is missing the manual. I do own this game. I actually own it complete in box. So this is probably going to be another game that ends up on the eBay store. That'll be in the description box below. It's an awesome arcadey racing game. Lots of fun. Like I said, I don't understand why Sony has not revisited this franchise. It is a franchise that needs to come back. A game I would buy, and I'm not super huge into racing games, to be honest. But that is a series that I love, and I'm hoping that they make a new one. All right, and the next one is also another PlayStation 3 title. So we are not batting very well in the sense of dupes goes, because this is another dupe. So far, out of the 4 games, we have 3 dupes. And again, an awesome, awesome game that Sony needs to bring back. It is Killzone 2. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I just played through this earlier this year. I did Killzone 2 and 3. And I started the original Killzone, but I could not finish it. That game, the original Killzone just does not hold up well for me in the modern era. It just doesn't. It's just too clunky. The controls are not very accurate. But Killzone 2 and Killzone 3 are fantastic games. And they have really cool skirmish modes that you can still play against AI bots. And it's a lot of fun. So this is a really cool game. There is a possibility that if LAN works on this, that maybe I will keep it. But I want to say there isn't a LAN option for this. But I'll have to pop it in and find out. Killzone 2, another series. Sony, you need to, bring this series back. The last Killzone was actually a really good game, and I don't understand why it didn't have the success that it needed to continue, because it was a great game. And looking forward to them hopefully bringing it back. All right, now we are getting into Xbox 360 territory here. And this is a game that I actually do not own, so pretty cool to get. I did play it back in the day when it first released, and this is Splinter Cell Double Agent. The case itself is a little grimy, but not too bad. I think I gotta wash my hands a little bit after this, though. It is complete in box. This is, from what I understand and what I remember, a pretty cool Splinter Cell game. And finally, a game that is not a dupe, and excited to get this in the collection. So this will most likely stay in the collection here. I don't have a huge Xbox 360 collection, although I've been getting a lot of 360 games from places like Loved Again Media. So that collection is starting to grow. And I may have a few games popping up on my eBay store as well. Pretty cool game here. All right, the next game is also another awesome game. So as far as awesome games go, this would be a pretty amazing box if I didn't have these games. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Awesome games that I'm getting. Unfortunately, the vast majority is a dupe, including this one here. One of my favorite game franchises of all time, Gears of War. This is a game that I remember buying the Xbox 360, popping this in, and my jaw just dropping how beautiful the graphics were. The gameplay, the story, everything about it was just awesome. This is peak gaming right here, in my opinion. Love, love, love Gears of War. I do own it. In fact, I own the Ultimate Edition too, the remastered version. So this one here is complete in box. Seems to be in decent condition. Will end up on the eBay store just because I've got this already. This one may actually be better than the copy I already own. So this is probably actually going to replace it. And my other copy will end up on the store. I love this game. Love the whole franchise. I'm interested to see what happens with the new one that they just announced. We'll see. My hopes of modern gaming has kind of been getting flushed down the toilet lately. However, games like Space Marine 2 have restored my faith in the games industry. So let's see what Microsoft can do with a brand new Gears of War title. We'll see. All right, the next one is another 360 title, and I do not own this. I vaguely remember this game, and I can't remember whether it was good or not, but I am a sucker for anything that is first-person shooter, so I will definitely be checking this out. This will most likely stay in the collection, and that is Brink for the Xbox 360. Again, I want to say a first-person shooter if I remember correctly. It is complete in box. It's got a lovely pre-order for Skyrim. Also a great game. And also on the back, Rage, which is another fantastic game. But this one is complete in box. So finally, we got a couple of games that are not dupes with Splinter Cell, Double Agent, and now Brink. Again, not too familiar with this one. I vaguely remember it. And I don't think it ended up doing too well. All right. You got to remember, in that period of time, there was a huge saturation of first person and third person shooters. So it didn't necessarily mean that it was a bad game. It was just there was so much competition out there that sometimes some of these decent games kind of fell through the cracks because there was so much of that type of game. All right, getting into PlayStation 2 territory. I do not own this game per se. I own it for the original Xbox, but not for the PS2. And look at, they decided to send me another Splinter Cell game. I do have to revisit all these Splinter Cells. There are quite a few of them. So for me to play them in order, it would take quite a while. But one of these days I'm going to do it. This is probably going to end up staying in the collection because I do like to actually see differences between the two. So I like seeing the differences between the PlayStation and also the Xbox version. Now, I'm kind of getting a little distracted here because I have never seen a disc look like this before. Never. So I'm actually really interested to see if this is actually going to work. I don't know what happened here. If this is actually how the game came, I doubt it. Or if it went through something, because there's some kind of white stuff on the back, but it doesn't really look like it was resurfaced. To be honest, it almost looks like a fake disc with that somebody put a sticker on it. That is the weirdest thing, unless it went through, sitting out in the sun, kind of. It got bleached, so that's kind of interesting. I'm kind of interested to see if this is gonna work now. Maybe in a future video I'll have to update you. Wow, that is wild. I've never seen a game disc look like that before. Splinter Cell. Now it's gonna be the mystery of, does this game even work? We'll find out. All right, we are getting to the end of the box now. I think I still got a couple, 3 more left. And at least glad that we're not getting dupes now. So this is a Wii title. And it looks like a knockoff of kind of like your Wii Sports. And it's simply just called Wii Play. I have not played this one. I don't think this kind of reminds me of kind of shovelware, so I don't know if this is an actual Nintendo game. It could possibly be. Like it was developed and produced by them. I'm not too sure. I remember seeing it back in the day, but maybe this is an official Nintendo game, so maybe it's not going to be too bad. I almost want to call it shovelware, but I'm kind of being cautious because, yeah, this might actually be an actual Nintendo produced game, so it may actually be pretty decent. So, yeah, we're definitely going to check this out. My kids do really enjoy games like this, and I do too. I love Wii Sports, and Wii Sports Resort is actually my favorite just for the basketball alone. I think it's a lot of fun. So this looks like it has a pool and a tabletop tennis and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, pretty cool to get that. Don't have it, so glad to not get another dupe. All right, and we are down to our last two. The next one is also a Wii title, and I've never heard of this. It is a game called Chrysler Classic Racing. If I had to guess, it's probably not a very good game. Probably your typical shovelware that is common for the Wii. But you never know. Um, could end up being a pretty cool, fun, arcade style racing game. So something that me and the kids can check out. And if not, it'll end up on eBay store. Maybe there's a collector looking for Chrysler Classic Racing. for the Nintendo Wii. All right, now down to our last game of the box, and it is also a 360 title. Very, very good game. And it is a game that I do own already, and I don't own multiple Xbox 360s, so there's really no need for me to keep it. And it's in kind of a little rough condition as far as the case goes, and the game kind of has some kind of white stuff on it. I'm not even going to open it because the disc is going to fall out, but it is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. One of the best Black Ops games that you can, dare I say, one of the best Call of Duty games that you can buy, even to this day. You know, I'm just finding the older I get and the weirder that Call of Duty gets as far as the modern titles go, that I'm just slowly drifting back to a lot of these older Call of Duty games. Back to the glory days of Call of Duty, when Call of Duty was really good, really fun. None of the weird stuff going around, you know, with people just, you know, it's supposed to be like a World War II game with people dressed up as a banana and, you know, just weird stuff like that. It's Call of Fortnite, you know, instead of Call of Duty. So that is everything in this box. You know, like I was saying before, there is a lot of good games here, but unfortunately, a lot of it is duplicates. And I think if I had to pick a game that I'm interested in, that's a game that I don't already own, I'm probably going to go with Splinter Cell Double Agent um, for my pick for this box. You let me know in the comment section below. What do you think of this box? Was it good? Was it bad? And I'll also have the value of the box up below somewhere around here so that you can see what the value was. Overall, yeah, decent box. There's a couple of games here that I'm definitely interested in. I would say probably more interested in my video games monthly box that I just recently got as well. But you let me know what your opinion about the box. What was your favorite game from here in the comment section below. Also, join me every Tuesday and Friday. I'll be streaming. Tuesdays is going to be a rotation of retro games / RTS games. And then Fridays will kind of be more your modern games of Xbox, PS3, and up consoles. It's just going to be random. And I'll post them. You can find me on here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick. We're streaming all over the place, trying to grow the channel. And it has been an absolute blast spending a couple hours with you all on those live streams. So, and I take requests too. Feel free to drop something in the comment that you would love to see as a live stream, and I'll consider it. So, as always, happy gaming, and God bless.